Scientists are developing a new AI tool that could help brain-injured patients. And people are questioning Justin Bieber's latest post, along with people getting strange responses from their iPhones late at night. In today's video, we're going to be reacting to the latest strange and bizarre clips that I could find on TikTok. Let's get into it.
The ancient Romans had a bone to pick. This solid silver ancient Roman amulet was sold at an auction, and try to take a guess as to what it was used for. It's only 3 centimeters tall, depicting a grotesque head with exaggerated features dating back to around the 1st to 2nd century AD, part of a private collection called the Esteemed European Collection. And it has this long, prominent nose, high cheeks, and a massive forehead, but what does it all mean? Well, grotesque features were traditionally used in amulets during the time of the Romans as a way to ward off evil, to keep the bearer protected and serve as symbolic reminders of the separation between our earthly realm and the divine. And I guess, lucky buyer scored this one right here for £3,200, about $4,300, so I hope it was worth it.
I mean, that's cool and all, but the thing that really gets me about this whole video is the comment section on it. Now, I have this creator's username at the bottom left when the videos are playing. His name is philspixel. I do not think that it's okay to show the comments here on YouTube. I'm pretty certain that that would have this whole video flagged and shut down. But if you want to see the things that I'm seeing in the comment section, because apparently TikTok allows photos now in the comments, which is a pretty cool idea. I wish YouTube would do something like that, but it could lead to this. Check it out if you want to see what I'm talking about.
The photos I'm about to show you are scarier than your bank account at 3 a.m. the day before payday. A woman was taking a nice walk in the woods and decided to take a selfie. Unfortunately for her, she had onlookers as she took her selfie. If you look closely in the background, there is a man standing right behind her, with what looks like a black suit with a white bag over their face. There's not much info on this photo, so I hope the girl made it out okay. This next photo was taken to remember a fun movie night. Friends were gathered on the couch, and the person that was taking the photo is in the reflection in the mirror behind them. But what he didn't realize is something absolutely terrifying was waiting at the front door. A shadow figure looms in the background, with no discernible features. Just watching. What do you guys think about these? Let me know.
The first photo looks like Slender Man. Kind of makes me think that maybe that's from a fan film. So if anyone has any idea of where that photo comes from, please let me know. As far as the second photo goes, that just looks like someone standing by the door. I'm not sure where this lady gets her photos from with the stories attached. Maybe they are submitted to her, or maybe she just goes around online finding creepy looking photos and coming up with backstories. But nonetheless, that just looks like someone standing by the door. If there was nobody else supposed to be there, that could have been a ghost.
Do not ask Siri this in the middle of the night. I am not going to warn you again. In a lot of videos, people talking about Siri, and if you use it in the middle of the night, it will give you like a weird-ass, creepy response. There's only one way to find out, isn't there? Let's run it. Okay, it is 3:52 in the flipping morning. What am I doing? Only if you say, hey Siri, there's been all these videos saying like, oh, a demon spawns in and all kinds of stuff happens, but does it, mate? Probably not. Okay, hey Siri, I see a ghost.
No. Ghosts don't exist, but there may be someone outside your house right now.
Kind of makes me wonder if they update it to be more responsive towards the holidays, you know, being that Halloween's just right around the corner. Maybe they say, hey, make Siri say some weird, creepy things. That's my guess. Hey, if you haven't done so already and you're enjoying the show, give it a like. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. I upload a video like this every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. And for everyone that's watching and or subscribed, thank you so much for supporting the channel.
Okay, some more breaking news as if this month hasn't already been crazy enough. Military leaders from around the world have just been ordered everything and fly to Virginia. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has summoned hundreds of generals and admirals to Marine Corps Base Quantico next week. We're talking every rank from Brigadier General all the way up, plus their top enlisted advisors. Now, the unusual part is that this recall came without an agenda or explanation. Even the officers themselves weren't told the purpose of the meeting. That's nearly unheard of at this level. Normally, a gathering like this is planned months in advance for war games, strategy updates, or security summits. But to suddenly recall commanders worldwide, that just doesn't happen. Even military historians and insiders say that they can't ever remember a time that this has ever happened before. That's how rare and unusual it is. And the backdrop makes it even more concerning. Hegseth has already pushed to cut 20% of all general and admiral positions, and several high-ranking officers have been abruptly fired without explanation. This meeting has people inside the military worried that it could signal another major shakeup. It's also risky. Pulling this many senior leaders away from their post at the same time stretches U.S. commands thinner in Europe, the Middle East, and the Pacific. And of course, when you don't tell them the reason, it stirs up fear, suspicion, and rumors. Some insiders believe this could be about restructuring the entire chain of command, consolidating power, shifting strategy, and even tightening political influence over the military. Others think it might be tied to contingency planning for something classified like a major threat. Point being, urgent summons like this don't happen by accident. When top generals and admirals are ordered to gather with no explanation, something we've basically never seen before, it usually signals a major change is coming. I'll be watching closely, and of course I will update you guys, but let me know, what do you guys think this is about?
I am pretty curious as to what's going on exactly, though being that they're not making the move right now and they're waiting until later next week, it's probably not as major as it seems. I mean, I could be wrong on that. Yo, it's DK's editor again. Going back over this edit here, it could also be due to the storms that are coming to the coast. That's a thought also. Back to the video. Also, it's kind of crazy to me that they announced that they're having these major meetings in specific places. If there was someone out there that wanted to do them harm, or at least attempt to, they now have information on where they're going to be and when. I'm really surprised that they announced that kind of stuff. But let me know in the comments as to what you think it could be all about. There's a lot of people in the comments of this video saying that it's just all a really big distraction from the Epstein files.
Medical researchers have invented a new AI tool that detects hidden consciousness in brain-injured patients by analyzing microscopic facial movements. So what they're essentially doing is using computer vision, which is the tool that would analyze any piece of video or images or anything like that facial recognition technology. But instead of recognizing faces very far away on a surveillance cam, you've actually got a very high resolution camera looking for microscopic muscle and eye movements on the face in order to determine if a patient is conscious or not. And the reason we're doing this is that doctors have long since faced a profound challenge in assessing patients after a severe brain injury. In a hospital's intensive care unit, a doctor might ask a patient who appears to be unconscious to perform a simple task, such as squeezing their hand or wiggling their toes, and a successful response confirms the level of awareness. However, it's estimated that about 15 to 20% of people may be fully conscious, able to hear, able to understand, but not able to make any of these movements. So the researchers had this idea that artificial intelligence using computer vision would perhaps be able to notice tiny, nearly microscopic muscle twitches and movements in the face and eyes that could be related to consciousness if a person were sort of struggling to respond, but their neuromuscular system was not cooperating. So Stony Brook University tested and evaluated a system they called SIMI. They tested it on 37 adult patients that were in a coma following a brain injury, as well as 16 healthy individuals. They did daily sessions when medically appropriate. The patient wore headphones and were given commands like open your eyes, stick out your tongue, show me a smile, etc., etc. And the system worked by tracking thousands of microscopic points on the face. Think like the little dots in the face that somebody would have when they're doing CGI, and comparing those to a quiet baseline. What's interesting is that this performed really well. It was able to identify this better and faster than most human observers. So it was significantly more sensitive. And again, it detected that people were conscious earlier than the human observers were able to. They also did an interesting test on this to confirm if the subtle movements were genuine attempts by trying to predict which region of the face would move given a certain command. This only got a 65% accuracy, so not amazing, but this is prototype. This is day one model. If you want to read more about this study, it's called Computer Vision Detects Convert Voluntary Facial Movements on Responsive Brain Injuries. And I think it's fascinating because all we're looking for is facial twitches to detect consciousness, to determine if a patient is brain dead or not. And I think that's extremely valuable.
Very interesting use of AI, and it makes sense. If you have a extraordinarily high quality video camera that's able to keep track of your face at almost a microscopic level so you can see the minor twitches, and then the AI is like, oh yeah, that means that they are trying to respond but they cannot fully respond. There's a lot of medical advancements that are in the works right now. I have a feeling 2026 and 2027 we're going to see a lot of big medical leaps as to what medical professionals can do alongside AI. So let me know what you guys think of this one.
I was today's years old when I realized the Amazon logo has a ding dong schling schlong in it. That, my friends, is a PINEAS. And if you're like, Sean, you're reaching. What's the deal, JB? Because your rocket looks like one too. Pretty consistent. What's the obsession? It's a little weird.
It does kind of look like a weenie. I really never noticed that before. I actually kind of like the logo because it's an arrow from A to Z, meaning that they get your package from A to Z. I just thought that that was a clever logo design, and it also looks like a smile, but now all I see is a penis.
Y'all, if Justin Bieber wanted the attention, he's got it, because why would he post this? Why would he use this specific emoji knowing there? People are like they haven't forgotten what this meant. Nah, why the pizza emoji? Of all emojis, why the F would you use the pizza emoji? Coming from the guy who gave us the song Yummy, just find it a bit odd. Why the pizza emoji? And I mean, obviously this went on and on. Pizza emoji wasn't the move, brother. I ran to the comments because I knew there would be a lot of people saying something about the pizza emoji. The pizza emoji is insane, and it is. Now granted, he posted that in the middle of posting pics of him and Haley. So, of course, this is throwing everybody off. Because y'all remember when this happened, Justin Bieber had went live and someone asked him, June 2020, someone asked him like to touch his beanie if he had been part of the child trafficking ring, you know, the Pizzagate conspiracy theory. And he happened to touch his beanie like right after. And some people were like, nah, there's no way he saw that coming. It's just a coincidence. But others were like, what are the chances that that happened right after that person put that? We remember Yummy. We remember all those babies he was posting on his Instagram, even though publicly he was telling people, oh, it's just like about his sex life with his wife, you know. Either way, of all emojis, like, could it be a reach?
One, if you look at the child, it looks like the child's literally trying to push themselves away. That just immediately sticks out to me. It could just be a misunderstanding of the hand positioning and just the time the photo was taken, but it definitely looks like the kid's trying to push away. Why would you want to use a pizza emoji, especially if you know what that means? And for the people that do not understand what the pizza emoji means necessarily, they call it Pizzagate, but there's actually a reason behind it. They say pedophiles use the pizza emoji or the term cheese pizza in reference to child pornography. And I see a lot of people on this video here saying, what does the pizza emoji mean? That might not be what that pizza emoji means, but in general, when we're talking about the pedophile ring and that scene, normally the pizza emojis mean cheese pizza, standing for child pornography. And with all the stuff that Bieber supposedly went through, it just really surprises me that he would use that emoji if he's not meaning anything harmful by it. And it doesn't mean that that's what the emoji means. That's just what a lot of people associate that emoji with certain type of people. It could just very well be a misunderstanding, slip up, not understanding what's going on. Let me know what you guys think on this one.
They did a study in the UK, and the conclusion from this study is so strange, you may not even believe it, but swear, check it out, research it, it is real. So they had mother and father lay in bed with their newborn or their young child, and they were testing the reaction to different sounds. Well, when the baby cries, the mother's, a healthy mother will wake up and tend to the baby with its distress call, which says, you know, I need attention here. But the father sleeps through it. Now, everyone knows, yes, usually the guy sleeps through the crying baby. The mom wakes up a bunch of times in the night, and that is true. However, different sounds make the father tend to wake up more often, and the mother sleeps through it. Such as, when the sound of rustling leaves was made outside the window, the father is more likely to wake up to it, while the mother sleeps through it. And this is believed to be due to the hormone called vasopressin, which works like the love and bonding hormone, but it produces a different type of care behavior, defensive aggression. The protectorate role. Basically, the hormone that makes guys want to protect their family from a potential predator.
I wouldn't really call this a strange discovery. I think that this is a natural thing that humans do. Kind of like basic instinct. At least that's the way I think. Well, let me know what you guys think of this. I'm pretty certain that that's just natural instincts.
Do y'all see this right here? Two massive hurricanes fusing together to make a bigger hurricane to hit the United States? Because that's absolutely what some models are calling for next week. We'll go over China getting absolutely destroyed and Bangkok, just everything falling into the earth in a second. Of course, it's a little bit too early to tell, but this is very off-putting, and the reason is every single storm we've had this year has been rapidly intensifying. When they call for a 1, it's a 4, like with Gabriella. One that just slammed into China. That one rapidly intensified. I told you guys not to be fooled by a late start to the hurricane season, and I showed you all my math going back hundreds of years of statistics. I showed you my research into the water temperature, and now we see how everything that touches the water is rapidly intensifying. The crazy part is the formation of these hurricanes are already 80 and 90%. And as we went over, we know it's going to rapidly intensify. I mean, this could possibly take out the coast in 5 or 6 states. I am 100% certain that we will have at least one monster hurricane this season. This is the beast that's destroying China. I mean, this thing was absolutely insane. You can see it from a high rise right here. You can see all this stuff going down. You can see all the shores gone to the top left of the screen. I think it's safe to say something is very off with the weather and also with the earth. This is in Bangkok. Look at how huge this hole is. I wonder what they had under the city right here.
Yeah, I've been keeping my eye on these storms or hurricanes. With that being said, there's a good chance I may not upload a video on Monday or Tuesday, depending on what these storms look like. I do live in South Carolina, and that one storm's supposed to hook pretty close to us, so we'll see. If I do not have anything up Monday, I'm either avoiding the hurricane by traveling somewhere else, or just riding it out and just seeing where it goes. So wish me the best of luck. I wish you guys the best of luck. Stay safe out there. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and end today's video. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching these clips with me. If today's your birthday, happy birthday. And if not, have a good day anyways.